If you were arrested today, taken down to the jailhouse, thrown in there, waiting for your hearings and waiting for a trial, and your sentence can be life with no parole or possibly the death penalty, would there be enough evidence to convict you of being a follower of Jesus Christ? Enough evidence for you to be convicted of being a Christian? Why do I want to talk about this today? It's because many messages are out there about Jesus is coming, and I've made them as well. But the point is, are you ready for his return? I made a message on there's many ways of how to get ready, but let's go a little further and see if you can check off the boxes of this checklist that I made that will see in a court, if there was a court of law with your faith on the line, would there be enough evidence to convict you of being a Christian? And enough evidence for Jesus, if he comes, to say, come on with me. That's what we're going to talk about. My name is Marisa Braxton. Evangelism for God is the channel where I expose Satan's devices and I talk about issues that the Christian community and church run away from. And as well as a no judgment channel that welcomes everybody, Christian, non-Christian, just come on board and let's go. Now, right here, I have a list in my notes, 8 points I put down out of scripture. And I'm going to leave this in the description as far as so that way you can go back and study this for yourself. But is there enough evidence to convict you of being a Christian so that you can be ready for the return of Christ? How about it? Let's start with number 1. Displays the beautiful attitudes described by Jesus in the Sermon of the Mount. Do you display that? That's Matthew chapter 5, verses 3 through 16. As I mentioned, I'm going to put it in there because this right here is going to be a character check. This whole list. It's going to be for a self-examination because you're not ready for Jesus' return. And a lot of people, we want him to come back or we can't wait. But in reality, a lot of us, including myself, there's some unfinished business with us from within that we need to continue to work on and strive to do better. So do we display them beautiful attitudes that is mentioned in the scripture? Number 2, do we think with a transformed mind that expresses the spirit of genuine love and shows respect for authority? Do we show that? Or is it phony? Do we act down towards somebody that we disagree with? Do we act funny towards those that, there was a time I told my daughter that's in high school and now we were joking because we went by my old high school and I told her how we didn't have to have police officers in the school. Back when we were in school, it was the juniors and seniors that were the hall monitors. And if you got caught in the hall without a pass, you were in trouble and you got sent to the office and faced some type of disciplinary action. You know how in today's times how dangerous that is for possible hall monitors, the way that many of these kids are disrespectful nowadays? It's not going to work. So do you think, is your mind transformed? Are you trying to think of the goodness and things of God and your mind you're trying to renew your mind and move, let's have a mind of Christ. 3, reflects a lifestyle of love. We just mentioned that somewhat, expressing spirit of genuine love on number 2. But this is in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Do we respect the lifestyle of love? Because I know so many people, I'm a Christian, I love the Lord, I this, that, and that. And they'll go around and praise your brother, praise you this and that. And then they turn right around and will cuss their neighbor out, cuss their co-worker out. Or the old saying is, I'm about to lay my religion down. That's an old phrase that's been around for a long time. And there's love is thrown out the window. Love your enemies. Love those that despitefully use you. I know that's hard. It is hard, but you cannot walk around without that love in your heart. If the love is not there and being genuine, you're not ready for the return yet. You want your heart right if Jesus shows up. Number 4, displays the fruits as the Spirit described, the fruit of the Spirit described by Paul. Paul talks about the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians, and as I mentioned, I'm going to put it in the description so that you can go back to it. But where is that? Humble, it's all kinds of things listed there. This being humble, being slow to anger. You have all of these things that patience, kindness, all of these things, qualities. And I'm drawing a blank for whatever reason, because it's kind of late and I'm tired. But I know the fruits of the Spirit, but go to them, we'll refer to them, and it's really about more of that love, more of the patience, more of the kindness, more of the things that will display the love of Christ. That's what it boils down to. Number 5, looks out for the interest of others in the humility of Christ. Now, you have a whole lot of people out here that act like that they want what's best for others. But at the same time, if it's only about lifting up their friends, lifting up those that are in high places, those that are in the upper echelon, that's doing well, but those that's on the lower end of society, it's sad because we are to look out for the interest of others. Stay humble, because that could be us on a street corner out there begging, holding a sign. That could be us wondering about where to live and where to go, or what am I going to do to feed my family. That could be us. Stay humble. Number 6, rejoices always, prays without ceasing, in everything give thanks. Give thanks to the Lord. I don't care if your car is beat up and it's still moving down the road. My son, my middle son, he's got a car that's 250,000 miles, and I mean, that sucker's just putting along, and it's gone, but it's been getting him to work and serving his purpose. We paid $1,700 for it 5 years ago, and it's still going until he can do better. And whatever's going on in your life, continue to work hard until you can do better. Whatever kind of job, continue to live where you're going to live. Be thankful that you got a roof over your head. Continue to strive to do better, and the Lord will bless you. Give thanks. Continue to pray always. Number 7, carries out the works of the faith and compassion, controls the tongue, and is known for wisdom. Can somebody come to you and have an honest talk and seek you, maybe some advice from you because they see you as a spiritually mature person? Or do people maybe shy away from you, or they figure they can't talk to you because your tongue is uncontrolled? That's something to think about. We don't want to be like that. We don't want to be caught up in the middle of some crazy talk and Jesus shows up because our tongue is out of control and we're out there just not living the way that he would desire for us to live. So number 7, what did I just give you 7? Yeah, number 7. Let's go to number 8, and holds to the truth about Jesus and defends it. Hold to the truth. I made a few videos back talking about the people that are falling away within the Christian community. 30%, I believe, is 30%, and 52% of Americans believe that Jesus pretty much wasn't who he said he was. But even in the Christian realm, people are turning away from the faith and saying Jesus is just an ordinary guy. If you think that, you're not ready for his return. You're going to be in trouble. If you turned away and think that Jesus is not God in the flesh and you think otherwise, you're going to miss when he comes for his children. And I said it before, you always hear this phrases about we're all children of God. No, we're not. My sheep know my voice. Jesus tells us We identify with him by calling out to him and giving our lives to him, believing that he was alive and that he is alive, that he died on the cross and that he was risen again on the third day and that he sits at the right hand of the Father. That's defending Christ, defending the faith. And that's the main point too. Because if you don't know the Lord, you're not ready. You have to call out to him and ask him to come into your heart. You're not ready. That would be, if I have to put on the list, I gave you 8. But the main one is making sure first that you have given your life totally and wholly over to him. And then from there, follow through the rest of these points that I've written down. So that way that you can be out there making a difference for God and the kingdom and bringing glory to him and making the angels rejoice every time a soul comes to the kingdom. Stand firm. Try to incorporate these into your life so that we can continue to give God the glory and be ready and ready for the return when the trumpet sounds. Because one day, a glorious day is going to happen. It's going to happen sooner than later. And we don't know the day, we don't know the hour, but we do know that it's near. So, do you want to be ready? Well, I just gave you the blueprint, told you what you need to do. Let's all continue to prepare to be ready. If you like this video, hit the like. Subscribe, because I continue to make 1 or 2 videos a week and talk about a whole bunch of different issues from a different angle and try to keep it as simple as possible. But until next time, take care and God bless.